This one's for all you coked up white boys. All right, the plan here is we want this song to go fast, fast, fast. And we can't really adjust the tempo and all that stuff at this point. We're already in the mixing stages, and the artist has decided this is the tempo we're going. But one way that we can make a song feel faster is by emphasizing the attack of the drums. There's something about faking the human mind by making that little initial transient go pop and then yanking it down a little bit, just a little, nothing crazy here, that can actually increase the apparent speed of the song, the excitement of the song. And that's something I'm always looking for with faster songs, driving songs, whether it's rock, metal, dance stuff, whatever. I'm using a dance song in this case, mostly because it's convenient. But so take a listen here. It applies to all genres. All right, with compression, here's what I got. All right, I'm going to let it play a little bit again, and then I'm going to bypass it, and you'll hear it go bleh. The feel of the song changes so much when I push that bypass button where it turns yellow that I almost wonder what happened. It's almost like we switched to the bridge or something to that effect. It's that big a difference the way it controls that clap snare thingamajig. Listen one more time just to make sure you're getting it. Switching. There's something just lazy about it. Now, I'm not really compressing this thing too hard. Looks like in my hardest peaks, I'm knocking off maybe 8 decibels, which, okay, that's not exactly subtle, but we could be going a lot crazier. And I'm using a ratio of 3.33, so, pretty aggressive ratio. Attack is 20 milliseconds to let that little peak thing through. But the release, I'm going really fast because I want to bring up the ambience right after that. So let's play around with some settings here just to see what this does on the drum bus in terms of the way the song feels. That's always the point of this compression stuff at this point of the game. We're trying to get the song's intensity maxed out as much as possible. So let's take a listen. And as expected, by cranking up the release, the compressor is hanging on longer than it really intended to. And that's pulling down some of that reverb ambience, which for this particular song, I want that. I want to hear that. That's a big deal for the, I don't know why, but it is. It's a big deal for the old dance thing. So let's pull it way back down. And see, but that ambience is back, and it goes... And for some reason, that just, yeah. All right. Now, let's check out the attack and see what happens if we go down to 0 or crank it way up. I'm expecting when we go down to 0, it's going to knock those peaks off, and it's going to kind of just mush up a little bit. Let's see. See, how we knocked off that front end, and it kind of, the feel of the song kind of in limbo there. Let's listen to the feel. I have no technical words to describe that sound right there, but all I know is my gut just doesn't like it. It feels wrong to me. So this is one reason I'm really careful about using limiters on drums, because of what it can, I do it sometimes, but I gotta be real cautious about the whole operation. So let's go ahead and, because of the feel, not because of some kind of engineering frequency mumbo jumbo, because of what it does to the song. So let's start cranking that attack up and see what happens. Ah, yeah. Now, right there at about 50, it became too much. It went from being, when it was on 0, it was like wrong. And about 20 or so, 20 milliseconds, it started to feel, yeah, this is a party. And then at 50, it kind of sounded like homework to me. Something about it just didn't feel right. Let's do it again. Listen at 20, and then we'll sweep up to 50 and see if you hear anything that just kind of sounds boring. Party! Homework! And that's subtle stuff. It's not a world changer, and some of you might love the homework method. Nerds. And let's go further to see if we can take this homework thing even further. And that sounds really boring. I don't know why attack and release can make me think of things like homework and partying, but they do. And that's the real big point to all these compressor videos and this tool in general is it's way more than just controlling dynamics. And maybe all we are really doing is increasing or reducing attack and things of that sort. But it sure feels like more than that to me, particularly the way it grabs on. So let's go back to our party setting. Okay, so a 20-second attack in 10 millisecond, or 20 millisecond attack, 10 millisecond release. Which, by the way, different compressors are going to have totally different settings, so just always have to use your ears. But let's party. Yeah.